I didn't start dating till I was in my 30s, and I want to tell you about some things I learned about real recently. Let's get into it. Namely, this might be TMI, but do I have any notes about how phone smex works? You can't wrap your mind around how that works. I want to talk about this. Yeah, it's probably TMI, but that's the name of the game over here on Alora's channel. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Alora. I'm a 34-year-old late bloomer. I didn't start dating until the age of 32. And a lot of what constitutes physical intimacy is brand new to me, and I'm very giddy about experiencing it all. But phone sex was something I did not understand the logistics of, how that could be enjoyable, stimulating, why one would do it. But now that I've accumulated a little more life experience, who is she? Let me tell you about this. So I feel like the main purpose, the main reason around phone sex is if you cannot see that person in person, right? Like, so the 2 weeks that my boyfriend, aka the bear, was traveling for work, and the 2 weeks that I've been away for vacation, we had the means, motive, and opportunity to experiment with this a little bit, and it kind of happened very organically. I was FaceTiming with the bear, and I don't even know what he said. To inspire this, but oh, I remember. He was like, what do you feel about like sending like a spicy video? And I was like, I don't even know what constitutes a spicy video. That's what started this out. And he sent me an example one. And he was like, spicy videos can be just you doing what you're doing. He, brushed his hair, took off his shirt. He was like, you can start off there. I was like, start off? I was like, maybe I can build up to something more. So I did the same thing. I brushed my hair. I showed myself lotioning my legs, and I was like, okay. So then we were on the phone later that night, and I was like, listen, I don't know what it is, but just sending you that video, knowing that I am doing something even vaguely suggestive at this point, I feel so self-conscious about it, and I don't want to be. I want to be this. It's something I didn't even realize I was self-conscious about. It's like we opened another little door into unleashing my inner sexual goddess, and I didn't realize this was something I was even worried about. And I realized this because I know how to be adorkable, I know how to be pretty, I know how to be gorgeous. I don't feel like I know how to be sexy. And I was explaining this to the bear, and he was like, sexy isn't, you don't have to be anything, you're just being yourself. I was like, okay, well, what does myself in a sexual situation, it literally when you're on the phone with someone, what does that look like? And he was like, well, why don't we just have a good time at the same time? And that's kind of what the phone sex evolved to for us anyway. I'd be having a good time, and I told him, I'm like, in order for this to work, I can't be thinking, am I doing this right? Do I look pretty? Do I look good? Is this good for you? So I was like, you need to give directions if you want something seen specifically, and you need to tell me I'm doing a good job. Like, it gives me a little confidence boost. And I have to say, there's nothing like the real thing. Okay, there's nothing like the real thing. However, there is something really hot about experiencing intimacy with someone. So like they are getting off to you getting off. Like that mutual pleasure in reaction to each other is stunning. And I wouldn't even say, I don't know how to dirty talk. I barely know how to do sexy talk. But like literally just that complimentary, like you look so good, you're doing such a good job, do this. And I would try to do the same in reverse for him. It just like opened a little door to a little world I didn't know. So I feel like the notes here are, it's okay to go your speed. You don't ever need to do something that you're uncomfortable doing. And the bear in no way was pressuring me to do anything. He made the suggestion, and I was like, yes, I'm on board with this suggestion, but I don't know how to do it, and I'm feeling a little self-conscious about that. But if you help me, if you hype me up, I'll probably be all right. And you want to know what? It was more than all right. Who is she? So that was like, we were FaceTiming, so it's like a combo phone sex situation. That's the only experience I've had with it. For those of you who've enjoyed this, feel free to tastefully drop your tips and tricks below. still in St. Thomas, and I would say that probably means that the cruise ship that's in the harbor is departing or arriving. Um, but yeah, it's like a moment of connection when you can't be together, and that exchange of inspiration, of self-pleasure. It was oddly, like I said, it was very hot, it was oddly intimate and very empowering. And I will say it prompted me, after the first time we did it, it's been a few times now. But the first time I did it, I really wanted to examine the next day my feelings around why I felt self-conscious about it in the first place, because everything having to do with SMEX right now, I am 100% game for. You will not find, let me tell you, for those of you concerned about our late bloomers, can they pick things up? We are the most enthusiastic learners, or at least I am. I won't speak for all of us, but for those of us with higher SMEX drives, we've been waiting a long time to experience all this. We want to learn all the things, okay? So, eagerness, okay? Enthusiasm for learning. Top of the charts. So it wasn't a lack of, I wanted to do this, but I didn't know how exactly to feel more empowered in myself. Again, as a person, I think I'm awesome. I think I'm gorgeous in every size, but when you're in that way, I'd never really looked at myself in that way, as a sexual being, looking at myself that way. And I was like, how do you become more confident in this? I will say the more we've done it, the more confident I become. So there's that. But I also was like, you know what? I've always, backstory, I lost 120 pounds a couple years ago, and I'm still not exactly where I want to be in my health journey, but one of the hardest things about losing that kind of weight, but still having weight that you could lose, is feeling like you're still fat. I lost all this weight, but I'm still a plus size person. And again, I've loved myself at every size. But I had been thinking about doing a boudoir shoot just to reconnect with my confidence in myself, in my self-image, how I express myself. But it was just kind of an idea that got thrown away. But after this experience, this most recent experience with the bear, I was like, you know what, this would be really fun to do as a way to connect with myself, to find that smexiness. So I booked one for May. I'll share what I can about that experience as we get closer, but yeah, feeling sexy, I feel and looking sexy are connected, but two different things, and I want it to be a full circle experience for myself and how I view myself. And yeah, so if you've done boudoir, let me know how it went, and if you have any tips, and if you have experienced smexy times over the phone via FaceTiming or calling, is it experience you enjoyed? Do you have any tips or tricks that you can tastefully convey on here? That's all for now. I feel like the name of the game for for Laura's channel is, it's probably TMI. We're going to talk about it anyway, so how do we do it in a tasteful and respectful way while still communicating what we need to know? And what I especially need you to know about this is both of us, the bear and I, we both got our kicks through the experience, so way more fun than I thought it would be. That's all. I'm off to dinner now with my parents, so I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.